The Federal High Court sitting in Lagos has dismissed the corruption charges preferred against Dr. Erastus Akingbola, the former Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Intercontinental Bank, now Access Bank. Presiding Justice Charles Achibong dismissed the 26-count charges filed by the EFCC for lack of diligent prosecution and then discharged the former bank chief. Our judiciary correspondent Shola Shoyele has to report.
After his arraignment on the 13th of August 2010 at the Federal High Court, Lagos, the EFCC at 3 different times amended the charges against the former bank boss. Monday's proceedings actually started with Justice Charles Achibong overruling Dr. Akingbola on his objections to the last amended 26-count charge filed by the EFCC on the 13th of December 2010. The judge then directed that the amended charges be read to the former bank boss. Counsel to the EFCC, Godwin Obla, however, told the court he was not prepared for trial, but instead sought a short adjournment to pursue a stay of proceedings application. At a previous sitting, the EFCC had alleged bias and asked Justice Achibong to disqualify himself from the case. The NBA president, Joseph Daudu, and some other members of the prosecution team had walked out of his court. The team then proceeded to file an appeal against the judge's refusal to do so, prompting the application asking him to stay proceedings until the appeal was determined. At this point, Justice Achibong went into his chambers to write a ruling. Infuriated by the application, Justice Achibong in his ruling described the prosecution team as incompetent and unserious. The judge then directed the Attorney General of the Federation, Mr. Mohammed Adoke Bello, to debrief and disband the present prosecution team led by 5 senior advocates for being incompetent in the prosecution of the charges before the court. The 5 senior advocates involved are Emmanuel Ukala, Koinsola Ajayi, Kola Wodein, Damian Dodo, and the president of the NBA, Joseph Daudu. The judge also held that they are a drain on the public purse as they had chosen to embark on a campaign to scandalize the court rather than prosecute the case against Mr. Akingbola. He went on to declare that the prosecution team shall not be given any further audience in his court or any other judge of the Federal High Court in relation to the charges against the former bank boss. Justice Achibong says that it takes judicial notice that Mr. Akingbola is facing charges before the Lagos High Court Ikeja, and the Attorney General may wish to regain control of the prosecution at any time. Not to indulge the prosecution in what the court termed the dismissal of Mr. Akingbola's right to a speedy trial, Justice Achibong then dismissed the charges and discharged the accused person. The judge says he will refer the conduct of the 5 senior advocates who led the prosecution team to the Legal Practitioners Ethics and Privileges Committee for further consideration and determination. Shola Shoyele, Channels Television News.